Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed.
Cognac Wellerlane, and I'm here with the guy that's responsible for the action scenes in the film, The Cost of a Living, Kazy. Welcome back, darling. So tell my audience about this film and what went into preparing for these scenes that we are going to see tonight.
Well, thank you first and foremost for having me back. I appreciate it. Love being on your show. The preparation for this fight, the fight scene in this film was a process because I had to not only choreograph it, but I had to be in it, and I worked with Penny Batone to choreograph it, and we actually, we worked on it together. And the setting of the film is like this, not too distant future where America's in this totalitarian state, etc. And these people they have to face each other to the death, essentially. And what I did for this fight was I really wanted it to be realistic in the sense that fights don't always just stand there. You don't just stand with like a fighter, and it's not like in some movies that you see where, the guys will circle each other and they'll just, it gets crazy, When two men are legitimately trying to kill each other, it's going to get crazy, and you see that.
It's an ego thing, too. It's like, who's going to kill you first?
Oh,
Isn't it really? I mean, that's why men fight. It's really an egotistical thing.
It is. It absolutely is. So, the fight in this is a death to, it's like a fight to the death. And, it goes from stand up to gets to the ground where someone's choking the other person, and it just, it gets really, really,
Now, we're
really
going
messy.
to see that tonight?
I don't know. I have no idea what clip they're going to run tonight. I know they're going to show some behind the scenes footage, but to see the whole fight sequence, people are going to have to see the movie.
How long is the film?
I honestly, I don't know. I haven't had anything to do with the post-production process, so I don't really know.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited about it. How long did it take you to put the scene together, this action scene?
It was about a 2-week process to choreograph it. Working with Penny isn't a fighter. He doesn't have a lot of fighting experience. So what we had to do was tailor it to make it look like he was actually a fighter. And there were certain things that I did to work with him to make him, the way he held his hands, the way his body moved. To make sure that when people watch the fight scene in the movie that they aren't like, oh, this is Hollywood, this is fake.
Yeah, it was very realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you worked hard, and you're professional. You want people to really feel entertained, and that's why you make movies.
You're making me blush.
Well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, the whole point of making a movie is to make people feel entertained, but to believe that this is really happening.
That is what you just said sums up my approach to fight choreography. Because when you watch movies, for instance, if you're watching a movie about cops, and there's a fight scene in this film about cops, and two people, a criminal and a cop, get in a fight, you're not going to see a lot of martial art kind of type moves. Nobody's going to jump up in the air and kick 6 people in the face. But that's what some movies end up doing. And when you're an audience and you see that type of thing occurring, in your mind you automatically tune it out like, oh, that's fake. Like your subconscious is just saying this is fake. Or if you interject some kind of special effects into a fight scene where, everyone knows that no human being can jump 10 feet into the air, and pause before they kick someone. The only time that's applicable is if you're making a movie about superheroes, or if you're making something like The Matrix where people have superhuman powers. But when you're going to ground a fight in reality, I look at it this way: if I can't physically do it, I don't want it in my fight scene. you know?
I understand exactly how you
Yeah,
feel.
because
People are too sophisticated today. They know the deal.
exactly. Like the audience will automatically know.
They're
Like,
very demanding, you know.
yeah. It's the Harrison Ford approach to fight scenes. Harrison Ford doesn't use a stunt double.
No, I interviewed Harrison Ford.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
That's
A while ago, a long time ago, I interviewed him at a charity event.
that I would love to meet the man. That really, if I had to idolize someone as far as like enjoying a career as illustrious as his would be amazing, because I think as far as action type films and the way that I'm kind of laying out my career, it's very similar to what he's done, because you know, he wasn't a martial artist, but he did a lot of action-based films, because his physical presence and his physical acting, like when he does a fight scene, you believe that he is hitting that guy with such force, because just the way his expressions and the way he executes is, I've always felt that he just does an excellent job. So I'm jealous that you were able to interview him.
I interviewed him, but see, I don't like movies where they fight. I only like movies where they make love.
That's okay.
I want you to tell my audience where we can find out everything that you're doing, where your next gig is going to be, where your next movie is about, anything about you, anything about your films. Where can we learn and find out more information? Where can we go?
Well, the hub for me is my actual website, which is Tauginas.com. KAZYTAUGINAS.com. Again, Tauginas.com.
Kazy, thank you. You're always a treat to interview.
You're always a treat to be interviewed by.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews and more celebrities right here at Gizzi's Cafe for the screening of the film The Cost of Living. Keep watching. Big champagne kisses.
Our journey as a nation is one of strength, unity, and providence.
Hello, darlings. Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Gizzi's Cafe, and I'm here with the man that directed this incredible film, The Cost of Living. We all know him well, but he's going to introduce himself to the camera.
Hi, I'm Robert Linsley, but that's what my mum calls me. I'm Bobby Linsley to everyone else.
Bobby Lindsay. Your mother calls you Robert.
Yeah.
She likes the
When
full
I
name.
behave badly, she does.
She likes the full name.
She
So
does.
this is incredible. Now you just completed this film, and of course we all saw it tonight, the screening, and it was amazing. It was a very powerful film. And now tell my audience what the next step is with this film and what you want to see happen with it.
I mean, we're developing it into a full feature script, so what we're going for is trying to pitch it to anyone that's going to bite, you know, to make this into a feature film, because it won't do it justice if we just leave it as a short film. We need to get this made into a feature film. You know, we need to get this out there. We need to show it to everyone that will appreciate it.
Do you have anybody that's interested in distributing it?
We may. I don't want to give it away yet, you know, hush hush, but we might have some people on board that are interested, if it does get made, into distributing it, you know, just spreading it across the country and generating some interest, you know.
What about, would you increase the cast?
Sorry?
Do you have plans on increasing the cast if it does go to a feature film?
I mean, naturally, yes. That's the way it works with feature films. You've got to, you know, develop it into a full-blown cast. You've got to make it an eclectic cast. We already had an eclectic cast when it came to the short film, but once it develops into a feature, that's when you've got to get a whole smorgasbord of actors that are going to supplement, you know, the characters as they are, you know, enriched with all the text that comes with a full feature.
Are you working on anything besides this? Are you working on another film perhaps in the meantime?
We're actually developing possibly a TV show, you know, stemming from How to Make It in America, but based on the bartending game in New York City, like what it means to be a bartender in New York and the trials and tribulations that comes across with that. You know, I don't want to be cliched and say sex, drugs and rock and roll, but it's not far from that, unintentionally. But
Hey, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Very nice. But tell my audience where we can go to find out more information about you as a director and about this film, The Cost of Living.
like I said, my Facebook is generating updates daily about the film. I'm getting a website up soon, which, you know, I'll be promoting hopefully in the near future. I'm not too technologically savvy with all this internet stuff, so I'm just trying to get a website out there. But if you want to just join my Facebook, it's Bobby Linsley, Bobby Linsley. I'm the only guy on Facebook with that name, so it helps having that. And hopefully from there, people will be informed about the website as it comes across and as we get more stuff produced and put out there.
Terrific. A wonderful film, and I'm sure it will be distributed and into a featured film, and that's the main thing.
God willing.
And I want to thank you very much for talking to me right here at Gizzi's Cafe. Give me a kiss, darling.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment with more interviews right here at Gizzi's Cafe. Keep watching, darlings. Big champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.